Okay, hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm playing a guy that has 78 win percentage, so I'm a very good player. And in my last video I complained about people bombing off their lanes, and this is exactly what happened in this game. But it became a long and pretty crazy game, so here we go. And start off by finding his bomb, and I'm going to check if the same thing is true on the other side. He finds my bomb, and I realize that okay, they are bombed off. So I bring out a miner. He removes my bomb. I take. Finds a captain. And now I'm going to use my Marshal. It's pretty safe to go inside. It only has 2 bombs left, except for that blocks the way, of course. He comes down with his general, which is very unfortunate, but he's not able to take my colonel because I sacrificed a piece. And his colonel comes down, and I start to blitz. And I find one of his colonels, which is very good, and his other colonel now hits the bomb, and I think, wow, this is fantastic. But then this happens, of course. I was pretty sure his spy was on the other side of the board, and here I did a mistake. So I lose one of my colonels, and this was the beginning of things not going very well for me. Of course, I have no idea where his Marshal is. But now I realize where his Marshal is. So my highest piece is now pinned down by his highest piece, and vice versa. And he's going to continue his raiding down on my left side. And I now start to use a lot of time to try to get a miner out. That was a lot of time I used just to get that miner, which wasn't a very good choice. And I will now open up the lane that's farthest to the right, and I hopefully can use my major to blitz a little bit and get some pieces. Now that I know where his Marshal is. And I take, and he comes in with his major, and I find his other major, one of his other majors. And now, of course, he starts to just blitz. And that's his last major. And I now try to go back and minimize the damage, which I should have done before. Try to save my spy. And of course now I'm guaranteed one of them. And I take this major. But of course there's nothing stopping him now, so this is very unfortunate. And he takes one of my captains. I'm down 2 captains now. And I try to lure him to my major, and that works. So now I have a major and a colonel more than him, but he of course has his marshal. Problem is, of course, he has two captains more than me, and then I'll try to get around with my colonel. And just me playing bad, but then I figured out what kind of piece it was. Move my spy up, hopefully, hoping that he will come out and try to take it. And now, of course, he comes down on the other side, and that's not good for me. He's eating away on my pieces. And I now only have 6 pieces left to use. And I now want to be 100% sure that it is his marshal that's standing behind the lake. So I go down, and yes, it is. And I start to hunt his captain. What I should have done now was just go straight down and start grabbing pieces, but of course now I also lose one more piece, and that's unfortunately the spy. And I hit a bomb, now down to 4 pieces, and now I'm down to 3 pieces, and I just have to lotto if I'm gonna have any hope whatsoever of winning, and I need to do it fast because he has several miners left. And I go down, and of course I find a miner, and I try to hit, and it's Sergeant. And I just hope that it is the one, and it isn't. And now, of course, I only have 1 piece left, and it's time for me to give up. So, frustrating game. I did a few mistakes, as usual, and that cost me the game. Okay, so I hope my next match goes better. Thank you. Okay. Remember to like and subscribe, please.